Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. Today is going to be a first in a declutter series that I'm going to do on my channel. So as I've mentioned in all the recent videos I've uploaded, I am on a no-buy for 2022. And I figured that it's probably about time that I just do like a declutter as well. The last time I did a declutter was February 2021. And it's now February 2022, so it's been exactly a year, and I would just like to downsize my makeup collection a bit. It's not going to be a massive declutter just because I did get rid of quite a lot last year when I did this, so I feel like it's not going to be loads I get rid of, but I would like to downsize slightly, get rid of any products that are like super duper old, things that are like dried up. I'm going to split this up into a few different parts. The first part, which is today's video, is going to be all like base products, so it'll be primers, foundations, concealers and setting powders, which is the first two drawers in my little makeup storage thing that I'll show you in a second. And then the next part I'll do like cheap products like blush, bronzer, highlight. Then I'll do all eye products, so like eyeliners, mascaras, eyebrow products as well. And then I will do another part just on eyeshadow palettes and another part on lipsticks. So all of my makeup currently is in this little area here. I have this chest of drawers. It's got five drawers in it. I've got some lip liners and a cup up there. Most of my eyeshadow palettes are up here. I am going to try and get all of my eyeshadow palettes up here. And then I've got lip products and stuff going along here as well. So this is my little makeup area. It's pretty cute. I am going to organise this top bit here a bit better by the end of this series. But yeah, these first two drawers are what we're going to look at today. So in this first drawer I've got all of my foundations, all of my primers, and then I've got a few like sort of white mixers and like colour correcting things just in the corner here. So the way that this is sorted is, so these are all the primers in that little box there. Then I've got sort of like my go-to, like my favourite foundations in this box here. This is obviously the white mixers and colour correctors, and then I've got these two boxes at the back. This one is meant to have like more light to medium coverage foundations in, and this one is meant to be more like high medium to full coverage sort of foundations, more heavy duty stuff. I have also in this second drawer, this is where I've got all my concealers. So these are all like my high-end, more expensive ones, and these are all drugstore ones. And then I've also got powders, so loose powders are at the front down here, got some overflowing, and then the pressed ones are at the back. So these two drawers I'm going to try and get done in this video. All of my most recent makeup that I tried in November and December last year, all of that's at my drawers at the moment, so none of that makeup is going to be included in this declutter. I will obviously decide what I'm going to keep with that once I've done my updated review on that. Right, I'm gonna start with like primers and foundations. I'm probably gonna just take all of those little boxes out of the drawers and put them like on the floor or something, just somewhere where I can sort of sit down and do this, because it's all in a bit of an awkward position. I'm gonna get some sort of setup going on and we will start decluttering. Okay, so this is a little bit of an awkward setup, but it will do. I've got everything out on the floor here. I think I'll start with might as well just get this one out of the way. So this has got like white mixes and colour correctors in. It's got some sort of foundation ones and some concealer ones in here. So let's just have a look at what I've got. I have also got a LA Girl Pro Colour Mixing Pigment, but that is up at my vanity. I've got a yellow and a white one. I'm obviously going to keep them because they're up at my vanity, because they're the ones I tend to use the most. But in terms of white foundation mixers, NYX Pro Foundation Mixer, which I'm going to keep because I quite like that. I've got this little e.l.f. one. This is the Mix to Match Adjuster. I might as well keep that. I feel like I'm probably just going to keep all of these. LA Girl Pro Coverage, white one. I mean, I don't know if there's anything left in this. Is this empty? It doesn't look like there's a lot really in there. I might just get rid of this one because it is also quite old and it looks like there's barely any product in it, so I think I'll get rid of that one actually. This Nip and Fab one is kind of near the end as well, but I might as well just keep that one and finish it up because that one is actually quite good. So I've only actually got 3 white foundation mixers left. Well, technically 4 because I have got another one up at my vanity, but Might need to buy some more at some point, but those will do for now. But the rest are more concealery ones. I've got another one of those e.l.f. Mix and Match adjusters, but this is a yellow one, so this just helps if like your foundation's too cool or whatever. I'm gonna just keep that, because why not? I've got 3 white concealers. I've got a Revolution Conceal and Correct. I've got a Technic White Base and Concealer, and a Makeup Obsession Mega Conceal. I mean, I'm probably just going to keep these all, because they're like decent, they do the job, and they've still got product in. So I might as well just keep all of these. They are all perfectly decent white concealers, which obviously comes in handy if you've got like a concealer that's too dark for you and you just want to brighten it up a bit. Just sort of layer it up over it. I feel like this Revolution one is looking a bit low. I might get rid of this Revolution one actually, because it looks like there's nothing in it. like not a lot is coming off on the doe foot actually. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of this Revolution Concealer Define one, but I'll keep the Makeup Obsession and the Technic one. This just looks like it's kind of dead. I've got 3 colour correcting ones from Collection Lasting Perfection. These are obviously in the old packaging because I've had them for a very long time. I've got green, yellow and purple. I like all of these. I'm going to keep all of them. They're really nice. They've probably got them in the newer packaging now, which I don't know if the formula's any different. I feel like based on the skin shade concealer, like the formula is a tiny bit different, but not really that much. But I do like the packaging better on the newer ones. But yeah, I like these. They can stay. And I've got another Conceal and Correct from Revolution. This is one of the green ones, and oh, there's definitely still product in that, so that one can stay. So yeah, this is just a little handy set of colour correcting and mixing things, so that's cool. I guess primers now. So I've got quite a small, humble collection of primers, so we're probably not going to get rid of too much here. So let's just go through the things I definitely want to keep first. Definitely want to keep the NYX High Glass Face Primer, love that. Definitely want to keep the Catrice 10-in-1 Primer, sensational, love that. Barrier Glow Mance, love this. I think it's discontinued though, which is really annoying. e.l.f. Glow Lotion, also discontinued, really annoying, I love that, keeping that. I really like the Technic Strobe Effects Cream, so that's staying. NYX Honey Dewy Up I quite like. Ooh, I have actually used quite a lot of that. It's like probably like a third left, but I will keep that because it smells nice and it's so hydrating, and I just really like applying it. Oh, that smells so nice. I'd wear a perfume that smelled like that. I've got 2 primers from Figs and Rouge. So I've got the Morning Glow Drops and the Light Reflective Brightening Primer. I got these like ages ago in cohorted beauty boxes. I feel like I'm probably going to keep both of these. I definitely feel like I want to keep the Glow Drops. I quite like them. You know what? I'm just going to keep both of them because they're nice glowy primers. I'm just like trying to remember if I had any issues with them. I don't think I did. So, they're nice glow primers. Yeah, I'm going to keep those. I'll keep the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer just for the sake of having like a pore blurring primer, because I don't have a lot of them because I'm not the biggest fan of pore blurring primers because I just don't find them that effective usually, but I will keep one for the sake of it. I think I'm going to get rid of this one, which is another sort of pore blurring one. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. I think I'm going to get rid of this just because the last time that I used it, I found that it sort of balled up a bit. Which is weird because I remember like the earlier days when I used this, I feel like I didn't have that problem, but then the last times I've used it, it has balled up, which obviously isn't particularly great. This is quite effective at blurring, but this is probably the most effective primer I've found at blurring pores, I will say that, but I just feel like the balling up issue is a bit of a problem, so I feel like I'll probably get rid of that one. I've got a teeny tiny MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Base, which I might as well keep, because it won't last long anyway, and I can't actually remember if I like this or not, which I really should, because it wasn't that long ago I tried it. W7, it's Glow Prime Radiant Primer. Ooh, I feel like this one was a little bit dark. I feel like the colour on this one I found a bit dark. I feel like I might get rid of this one just because I feel like I'm probably not going to reach for it a lot. So I only actually got rid of 2 there, but again I expected not to get rid of much because I didn't have a particularly big collection of primers anyway. And these ones I know and like and will do me nicely, I think. Okay, so we've got all of the foundation here. I'm just going to take this all out and mix it all together and then sort of decide which box I want to put it in. I am going to put aside like a separate basket with these of things that like I'm not sure about and feel like I need to sort of retry. I just picked that up and it's like, so what? Like what? Look at that. Doesn't that look grim? Like it's like oil sitting at the top of it. Like I'm sure it was probably going to go away when I shake it, but that was, yeah, it goes away when you shake it, but that was really grim. Just wanted to show you that because that was grim. I'm sure it's fine. Hopefully it's fine, but it is really old. I've probably had this for like 2 years now. I literally just noticed that. So yeah, I am going to put aside some foundations that I'm like not sure about. Obviously I'm using the foundations that are at my vanity at the moment because I'm going to do a review of them in probably like about a month's time. So I'm kind of mostly just using those ones at the moment. But once I've kind of done that review, then I will obviously start cycling through all these foundations again. And I'm going to put aside some that I'll use first just to test if I actually want to keep them, if I actually like them enough. So we're going to have a get rid of pile and a need to try again pile. Okay. Didn't quite realise how many foundations I had. There is a lot here. So yeah, I'm just going to add them back into the appropriate boxes if I want to keep them, and then get rid of the ones I want to get rid of, and then the ones I'm not sure about, put them in a separate box. Let's do this. Should we just grab things at random? How the hell am I going to do this? Okay. I've got the Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation. I feel like I had 2 of these. Did I have 2 of these? Yes, I did have 2 of them. Yes, I did have 2 of them. I can't remember which shade I liked better. I think with these I tended to just mix them together and that usually made the perfect shade. So got 1.20 and 1.40. I actually quite like this foundation, so I think I'm going to keep it. I like the coverage. The only issue I ever had with this is that I did feel like it could settle into your lines. Like if you had skin with a lot of fine lines, you definitely probably wouldn't like this one. I'm going to keep both shades just because I feel like my shade is both of those mixed together. That would go in the, no it wouldn't go in that one, it would go in the high medium to full coverage category because that's got quite good coverage. I think I'm going to get rid of this one just because it's probably like about 4 or 5 years old. Milani Concealer Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This is so old, I'm just going to get rid of that, but I think I liked it when I did use it. But yeah, I'm probably going to get rid of these W7 ones, mainly because they're really dark for me and really old as well. I used to like a lot of these. So I've got the photo shoot one, Matte Made in Heaven. Let me see if I can find some more while I'm here. Yeah, I'm definitely getting rid of the Matte Made in Heaven. I'm definitely going to get rid of the photo shoot. I think I'll get rid of the Genius Feather Light one. I think I'll keep these Face Fantasy ones because I actually quite like these ones because these ones are actually like a good like colour match. I feel like they're probably more like medium coverage from my memory. I haven't used them in a while. I think I'd put them more in the light medium coverage category, but I feel like I'd probably need to try those again and confirm it. I don't actually know why I have 2 bottles of it. I think it was like an order mishap thing, but they're both in the same shade. I think I'm going to keep the Very Vegan one. Again, this is a more like sort of medium coverage, but I actually quite like the finish of this one. This one does need a little bit of white mixer in it, but it's not quite as dark as those other W7 ones. I think I'll keep that one, but I think I'll probably get rid of the Oh So Sensitive one. It's not a bad foundation, but I just don't love it. It's not bad, but I don't love it. We are keeping the Face Fantasy and the Very Vegan from W7, so we're not getting rid of all the W7s. I think I'll keep this Zoeva one. This is the Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation. I don't know if they were going for like a NARS like dupe thing. I feel like that's what they were going for with this. I mean, I haven't actually tried that NARS foundation. I've tried like all of the NARS foundations except that one. The main reason I want to keep this actually is because in 2023 I'm planning on doing a video series where I do like an A to Z of makeup. So I basically do like a full face of makeup for each letter of the alphabet, and obviously Z is a bit of an awkward letter, so I feel like I need to keep Zoeva products for that reason. And I actually don't mind this foundation, it's quite nice. It's not one of my all-time favourites, but it's not bad. I feel like this probably fits more into the high, medium to full coverage category from my memory. But I'd probably need to double check and confirm with that one. Definitely going to keep the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I love that one. That's going to go in the Fave Foundations box. These two from Fiera, these colours are not good, but I actually really like the formula of this foundation. I'm just debating on which shade to keep. So I've got 101 Porcelain and 104B Sandy Beige. Let me just investigate the colour situation. So the 101 Porcelain one is like a sort of salmony, like super pink toned, super pink sort of peachy toned colour, which I feel like doesn't look good on me personally. I feel like it is probably going to be paler than this shade, the Sand Beige one. Yeah, the Sand Beige one is definitely too dark for me, but I feel like the undertones of this one are so much better, and I feel like this, I would just need to put a load of white mixer in and I wouldn't, like it would look good, like the undertones would be fine, whereas with this one it's sort of like awkward, like because I'd have to put yellow and white in with it, and I feel like I'd probably just want to keep the Sand Beige shade, even though it is quite a bit dark, just because I feel like I can get this to work with white mixer. And obviously, as established, I do have some white mixers, so I might as well have them for a reason, you know, so I can use it with something. But yeah, this is a really good, this is a really good, inexpensive foundation. I really like it. It'll be a bit more picky, and I'm going to just put it in the high, medium to full coverage box. MAC Studio Fix. This is definitely a favourite foundation. This is super old now. I definitely would buy another one though. I really like this guy. I love the coverage, love the wear. Just love it. Oh my god, it's so dirty. Yeah, don't judge me for the fact that all of these foundations are probably very dirty, okay? Just leave me alone, alright? I'm going to get rid of this 101 Porcelain shade of the Fiera one. Kiko Full Coverage 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. I seem to remember liking this. This is one that has like a doe foot. Again, the colour of this doesn't work the best. It's WR01. But I remember liking the formula of this, so I'll keep that, I think. I feel like that was high, medium to full coverage. We've got NARS one. This is the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. Super old. I've had this for ages. It's not actually my favourite, but it's NARS, and I'm like, do I want to get rid of something that's NARS? Because that's expensive, you know. In fact, let's gather all of my NARS ones whilst we're here. So I've also got the Sheer Glow. I feel like the Sheer Glow is actually probably my favourite out of the three that I've got. I feel like I just like the finish of this one the best, and the shade is also really good with this one. So I'm definitely going to keep the Sheer Glow. I feel like that actually fits more into high, medium to full coverage. Even though it's called sheer, I feel like it actually does have more like high medium coverage. The Soft Matte Complete Foundation, I feel like I'll keep this one too. My only issue with this is that I do find it slightly dry, but it's not a bad foundation, and it's NARS, and I only got it like recently. So I'm going to keep that and put that in the high medium to full coverage box. This one I'm really like debating on. Actually, you know what, I'm going to put this in my need to try again before I make a decision box. That's where I'm going to put that. Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. I actually quite like this one. It is more light to medium coverage, but I like the finish of it and I like the wear of it, so I will keep that and put that in the light to medium coverage box. I think I'm also going to keep this one from Barry M. I'm not sure if they still make this. This is their All Night Long medium coverage foundation stick. I actually really like this. It's quite old now, don't know if they still make it, but I like the shade of this and I love the finish of it. It looks beautiful on the skin. I'm gonna keep that, but it's more of a put that in the light to medium coverage box. This one I feel like I need to retry before I make a decision. This is the Belle Hypoallergenic. This is just called Matte and Soft Makeup. Mattifying Fluid is what it's called. I'm gonna put that and I need to try it before I make a decision. Estee Lauder Double Wear. Really like this foundation. I think I'll put that in the Fave Foundations category actually. Yes, you can go in there. Kiko Unlimited Foundation. I really like this one. Again, I do feel like again, this is one that I do have to put a bit of white mixer in, but I really like that one. So that's going to go in Fave Foundations. I think I'll keep this one from B, just because this one is really similar to the Urban Decay Stay Naked actually. I feel like it's kind of a dupe. This is the B, which is Superdrug's own brand, Filter Finish Foundation. This is actually quite decent. Again, it's not super full coverage, but it wears quite well and it looks quite nice on the skin. I might get rid of this Topshop one just because, first of all, I don't even know if Topshop still does makeup. I mean, it's not a bad foundation, but I just feel like I'm not going to reach for it a lot, and I can't really recommend it right, I think, because it's discontinued. And I just don't feel like I like it enough to keep it. I think I will keep this Wet n Wild one, even though it is super duper old, because I actually really like the formula of it. It looks a bit grim, actually. Could probably use a new one, actually. It definitely seems like it's separated a bit. I'm going to keep that and put that in the high, medium to full coverage box. I think I'm going to keep the XX Revolution one just because of what I said earlier about me doing the A to Z makeup series, and X is going to be a super hard letter to do, but we've got XX Revolution, so there you go. This isn't one of my favourite foundations, but it's not bad. It's got pretty good coverage. I seem to remember it wearing well. I haven't used it in a long time. So this is one with the darker lid. I think this is the more matte one, because I know they have this in like a glowy one. This is the more matte one. I'm going to keep that. That can go in high, medium to full coverage. Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation. I really like this. This is going to go in the faved foundations because this wears super well and it looks lovely in the skin. Not super high coverage, but I love how it looks in the skin and I love the wear. So it's going in that category. Okay, so Maybelline Superstay. So this is my super old grubby Superstay. The old formula, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one because I've got obviously the newer one, the activewear one, which I believe has replaced this, so I might as well just get rid of my old one because it's super old anyway and pretty grim looking, and just keep this guy. And I think actually I think I will put that one in the fave foundations category actually, just because I feel like it covers all bases. It's got long wear, great coverage, and a nice matte finish, so that can go up there. This Catrice one, so this is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. This is another one where I feel like I need to try it again before I make a decision, so that's going to go in that pile. I feel the same way about the Dream Urban cover. This is one that I showed you earlier that looked really separated and grim, but it does disappear when you shake it, so again, this is another one that I feel like I need to try again before I make a decision on. I just got foundation on my hair. Brilliant. I'm definitely going to keep the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte. This is a more recent one. That can go in the high medium to full coverage category. This one I feel like I need to retry. This one I definitely feel like I need to try again. This is the Infallible 24 Matte cover from L'Oreal. I love the original Infallible. You know what, while we're here, original Infallible, I've got two of them in two different shades. I think one of them is probably, I don't know, I'll keep it and just use that one up actually. So L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, they're both staying and going in the fave foundations bit. This one I feel like I need to try again because I can't really remember what my thoughts are on this. That can go in the try again pile. Really enjoy the Tarte Face Tape. Really enjoyed the Tarte Face Tape foundation. Love this one. This is one of my favourites. So that's going up there. So I'm not usually into glowy foundations, but this one, the NYX Born to Glow, I actually quite like this one. I feel like it's not super duper overboard with the glow, and it's got really nice coverage. So I'm actually going to keep that one. That can go in the high medium full coverage box. Collection Lasting Perfection Matte Foundation. I really like this one. That's going to go in fave foundations. The Technic Sculpt and Define Matte Finish Foundation. This is actually really good considering how affordable it is. It's like a doe foot one. It's more on the light to medium coverage side, but it has a really nice finish, and I seem to remember it wearing quite well, so that one I'm going to keep. And it's also like about £3 or something, so it's good for like video where I'm doing like cheap makeup. Do you remember this guy, the CYO Long Lasting Foundation? CYO is obviously discontinued. I don't really reach for this. In fact, I kind of forgot that I actually had this. So I think I am going to get rid of this one. I know a lot of people used to really like that. Revolution Conceal and Define. This is probably my favourite out of the Revolution foundations because I did declutter a lot of Revolution foundations in the past. But I always kept this one just because I feel like this one had nice coverage. It looked really nice in the skin. It had that more matte finish. I can't remember what the wear was like, to be honest, because I think it wore like good but not great. But this is probably my fave out of the Revolution foundations. The shade I've got is F1. If I was going to buy this again, I'd probably get a slightly lighter shade, I think. But the shade isn't too bad, like I don't think I actually have to mix with it. That is more high medium to full coverage, I'd say, so that can stay. This is a more recent one, the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation. This has great coverage and it wore pretty well. It's a little bit heavy and on the cakey side, but I feel like I don't dislike it enough to get rid of it. I feel like I would use it sometimes, so I feel like I'll keep it and put that in the high medium to full coverage box. Sleek, life proof, super old. I think the shade's a bit awkward with this one. Again, I feel like this is another one where I feel like I need to retry this before I make a decision. This one I did get last year. This is the Gosh Dextreme foundation. Honestly, I'm trying to actually remember what my thoughts on this were. I know the shade is a little dark. I had to put white mixer in. I think this is one of those foundations that I literally only tried this recently and I can't even for the life of me remember like what my issue was with it. I feel like I need to try it again before I decide, you know, even though it was a more recent one. EX1 Invisiwear, same sort of situation. I feel like I need to retry this before I decide. I've got the Tarte Amazonian Clay. I lost the lid for this ages ago, which is a shame because it actually had quite a cool lid. But I actually really like this. That's going to go in 30 foundations, although that is super old now. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually used this and it wasn't as good because it like expired or whatever. Misguided Meet Your Match Demi Matte Foundation. I think I might get rid of this one. Like, it wasn't too bad, but I don't feel like I'd reach for this a lot. So I think I might get rid of that Misguided one. I quite like the Belle Full Cover Foundation. The shade is a little bit off. I do need white mixer with it. But I actually quite like the formula of this, so I will keep that one. And lastly, Carter Beauty Full Measure HD Foundation. Again, I've not used this in ages, I don't really remember how it performs, so that's going to go in the need to try again pile. Okay, I think that's it. So we've definitely downsized a bit. We've got rid of all of this. We've got rid of all of that basket, and then I've got like about 8 or 9 foundations in here that I feel like I need to try again before I decide. But these boxes have definitely slimmed down a lot, definitely. We've definitely got a lot more room now. Those are looking quite good. Primers we didn't get rid of a lot, and these mixers we didn't get rid of a lot, but I didn't expect to. But I definitely feel like we've downsized the foundations a bit. I'm going to put these all back now though. Okay, I put all of the foundation and so I put all of that stuff back in the drawer. So now I'm going to do the concealers, which are all in here. I feel like I'm probably not going to get rid of a lot here just because the majority of these I quite like. So we've got high-end drugstore. Let's start the high-end actually. Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Love it. Keeping it. No doubts about that. Amazing concealer. NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Love this. Keeping that. No questions. Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. Tried this one last year. Really like it actually. That can stay. NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. You can stay, I like you. The Uoma Stay Woke Concealer. This is the White Pearl shade. It's a bit pale for me. It's good for brightening under the eyes. I would actually consider buying a deeper shade because I do like this a lot, so that's going to stay. I actually quite like the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer, so that one can stay. Tarte Shape Tape. Obviously I'm going to keep that. Love that. Probably this and the e.l.f. Camo are my all-time favourites. The Tarte Creaseless Concealer, I feel like this is... I like this, but I feel like this is not got a lot of product left in it, as well as just being really old. I don't know actually, I feel like it has got a bit left in it. You know what, I'm still going to keep it. I'm going to keep it and use it up. It probably won't last much longer, but you can stay. Same thing with this Duair one. I really like it, but I think that this is... yeah, this one is dead. I would rebuy this though, because I really like it. But yeah, that's dead and not getting a lot of product on that. So I'm going to get rid of this one. Not because I don't like it, but because it's old. And there's nothing left in it. Juvia's Place Concealer. Tried this last year. Love it. Staying. I might get rid of the Kimchi one. This is the Most Concealer. It's not my favourite. It's not bad, but it's just not my favourite. I think I will get rid of that one. Just as I don't see myself reaching for it a lot. This Fenty Beauty one, I like this, but again, I feel like there's not really that much left in it. I'm getting a little bit out of it still, so I'll keep it and finish that up, but it ain't going to last much longer. The Zoeva one I'm not the biggest fan of, but like I said, A to Z makeup series, I feel like I need to keep it for that. It's not bad, so I'm going to keep it mainly for that reason. MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I think I like this. Again, I've not used it in a long time, but I seem to remember liking it, so I'm going to keep it. And the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. Again, I think I like this, but it's been a while. I'm going to keep it. I feel like I remember liking it. I think I only got rid of like 2 things there, but I didn't expect to get rid of a lot because I knew that I liked pretty much all of them. So let's do the drugstore now. I feel like I might get rid of a bit more in this one. Okay, we've got the Technique 3-in-1 Canvas Concealer, which is actually really good considering it's like about like £4 or something. It's got a really massive doe fur. The shade actually works pretty decently for me. Love that. Keeping that. To keep the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer, I would actually buy a shade deeper because this is more of a brightening shade. This is the Porcelain one. I will buy the shade under this at some point. Love that, that can stay. Obviously keeping my e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealers. I've got 2 shades here. I thought I had another one, but I thought I had another one here. I can't see it though. We'll see if that shows up eventually. Obviously I'm keeping the e.l.f. Camo. I'm going to keep the XX Revolution one because of the A to Z makeup series. Is also like pretty decent. It's not a bad concealer. You can stay. Okay, the W7 ones. I'm going to keep the Matte Made in Heaven concealer because that's really good and the shade works good. Also the Very Vegan one, I'm going to keep that. I think I might get rid of these 2. These are actually really good and I would recommend them, but I just find the shades a little bit awkward of these. So I think I'm going to get rid of these, but these are actually pretty good. I just prefer the shades of the Very Vegan and the Matte Made in Heaven ones, so I'm going to keep those and get rid of those because I probably won't reach for them that much. Definitely going to get rid of this Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Corrector because first of all it looks empty. Yeah, no, that looks horrible. That can go away. I've got 2 of these Barry M concealers. I think it's called like the All Night Long. The writing is like faded off. One of these is like, I don't know which one it is actually. One of these is almost empty, but I don't know which one. But I'm just going to keep both of them because they both still seem to have a little bit in them. Again, these are really good affordable drugstore concealers. I'm going to keep those, definitely. Definitely going to keep the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer. I love that. Recent find. Love it. Probably going to get rid of the Misguided Meet Your Match one. It's okay. Not my fave. I'm going to get rid of that one, I think. I probably won't reach for it that much. I'm going to keep the L'Oreal Infallible Morphin Concealer. So I've got 2 of the Lasting Perfection from Collection. I've got the newer formula and packaging one, and then I've got one of the older ones. The old one has still got quite a bit left in it though, so I feel like I might as well just keep it and use it up. Also, I feel like the newer one is in a slightly lighter shade, which is better for under eyes, whereas this one I feel like it's better for blemishes, so I might as well just keep both of them. I've got 2 of the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, which I think I will keep. Okay, let's go through my Revolution ones. So I've got 2 of the Infinite ones. What are these looking like? They've still got product in them. I've got 0.2 and 0.3. I'm going to keep these because I did actually quite like them. I think I'm going to keep my 2 Conceal and Defines as well. I've got a smaller one in 0.2, which is more of an under eye shade, and then I've got C1, which is more of a blemish shade. I quite like the Conceal and Define concealers, they're actually pretty decent. I'll keep those. Morphe Concealer. I think I will keep this. It's probably not my favourite, but I will keep it. I've got this Fiera one, which is actually quite good. It's really good coverage. It is a little bit oily though, the formula of it, and the shade is a little awkward. And I'm quite torn actually. You know what, I'm actually going to keep it because I do think it's actually quite good for the price. Same with the Wet n Wild one. The shade of this is a little pinker than what I usually go for, but it's actually really good. It's actually really good for the price. I think I am going to keep this and use it up, but I probably won't repurchase it. And I kind of feel the same way about this Ordinary one, where I feel like I should keep it and use it up, but I probably wouldn't buy it again, just because it isn't too bad. Like, it does a perfectly decent job. Yeah, so that's it. Again, I didn't really get rid of that much either in that category, but I didn't expect to because I had a pretty decent batch of concealers and I knew that I liked most of them anyway. So Didn't get rid of a lot there, but downsize it a little bit at least, you know. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do in this part is powders, which are all in here. I've got my loose ones and my pressed ones in here. Okay, we're going to go through the loose powders first, I think. Again, this might be another thing where I might put a few aside because I'm not sure if I want to keep them or not. I think I might do that with these as well. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this Barry Ready Set Smooth Loose Powder because I don't recall... Oh my god, it's flying everywhere. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. I think I'm going to get rid of this one from LOV. This is the Perfectitude Shine Control Loose Powder. It's not too bad, but I just don't want to keep it. I don't recall loving the Zoeva one, but like I feel like I should keep it just because I don't know if there's many other makeup brands beginning with Z, you know. But honestly, I feel like I'm probably not going to reach for this. I'm actually going to get rid of this and just hope and pray that I can find another makeup brand beginning with Z. Obviously, I'm going to keep the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I will buy another one of that when it runs out, which it probably will soon because I use it a lot. That's obviously staying. Okay, so I have a little, like, this is just an empty moisturiser pot that I filled with the RCMA No Colour Powder, which I've not used in ages and I can't remember if I like it or not. So this I'm going to put in the Need to Try Again box before I make a decision. I kind of feel the same way about the Fenty Beauty one, you know. So this is the Fenty Beauty, what's it called? Pro Filter. This is the lavender shade. I seem to remember having like a mixed experience when I used this for the first time. I'm going to put that in I Need to Try It Again, honestly. I've got two of the L'Oreal Infallible Magic Loose Powders. I'm assuming one of them is, like, that looks empty to me. That one's definitely got product in. I'm going to get rid of this one because I literally can't see any product in there. There might be like a millimetre or something, but I might as well get rid of it. I quite like this one from W7. This is the Set It Up Special Effects Finishing Powder. This is quite nice. Probably not the best for like flash photos, but it is just a nice setting powder. It's got a nice finish, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder. That's in Sugar Cookie. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is really good for under the eyes. I really like that one. You're staying. I also really like the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Loose Powder, so that's staying. Really like the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Powder. This one's the banana shade. Really like that. I tried that one last year. I think I included it in the favourites. Coty Airspun is another one that I feel like I need to retry because I've not used it in ages. It's massive. There's so much product in it. I feel like I had issues with the colour. More so than the formula, but honestly I've not used it in so long, so that is going in the I Need to Try It Again pile. I quite like the I Heart Revolution Radiance Powder. I tried this one pretty recently. I quite like it actually. Same with the other I Heart Revolution one. This is the Coconut Scented Baking Powder. I also quite like that one. That's staying. Juvia's Place Iron Magic Setting Powder and White Sands. Not actually got that much left in there, but I might as well finish that, use it up. You can get it on Superdrug in the UK now, so I would actually rebuy it even though it is so small, just because I can get it more easily now, and it's not super expensive. It's about like £8 to £10 I think from my memory. The Re-Evolution HD Super Matte. This is actually quite good. I prefer it more so for under the eyes, but it's quite good for the price, so I'm going to keep that one. Just so I have like some super affordable options, and also just because I think it's a decent powder. I seem to remember liking this one from B, which is Superdrug's brand, the baking powder. I had a translucent one, and I don't know where it is, but this one is in shade Light, which I think I preferred this shade anyway, because it's got more of a skin tint to it, but it's still pale. So I'm going to keep that one because I remember liking it. I actually really remember liking this Fiera one. This is No Filter Setting Powder. Translucent, it's a good shade, and it's a good formula. I'm also going to keep the Collection Lasting Perfection Sheer Loose Powder again. It's more of an under eye thing because it is a translucent and very white, but it's quite good. I'm going to keep it. This number 7 one, which is the Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. I've not used this in ages. I can't remember what it's like. I think I liked it. I seem to remember liking it. But I am going to put that in the I Need to Try It Again pile. Same with the Beauty Bakery one. This is their flour powder. Is that what it's called? Just flour powder. In the shade Oat Translucent. I feel like I had some issues with this, but I can't remember what they were. So again, I'm going to put that in the I need to try it again pile. So I've got a few powders I feel like I need to try again. So hopefully some of those will go back into here. We'll see about that, but that is definitely downsized. So we're going to do the pressed powders now. Alright, pressed powders. Definitely going to keep the Maybelline Matte Maker. This is the classic ivory shade. I really like that powder, so that is going to stay. I really like the Morphe finishing powder and filter too. Don't have a lot of it left, but I might as well use it up, so that's going to stay. I think I'm going to get rid of this Gosh high coverage powder just because it comes out really orangey on me. It has got a nice formula, but it's just too dark, so I am going to get rid of it. I think I'll get rid of this Technic Superfine blotting powder, mainly because there's really barely any left in it. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. I will keep the Superfine translucent powder though. This one is like, I think I prefer the shade of this one, and I've got more left in it, so I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep the Superstay Full Coverage powder foundation from Maybelline, because it has a nice finish. It's not like the most long wearing like powder, but I will probably just use that up. I probably won't buy it again, but I'll use it up. I definitely do prefer the Matte Maker from Maybelline. I've got a couple of NYX ones. So I've got the Can't Stop Won't Stop powder foundation, which I actually quite like. Not got super lot left, but I will finish that one up. I've also got the Stay Matte But Not Flat powder foundation, which I'm pretty sure is discontinued. I feel like I might as well just use that up, because it is a decent powder. I've got two MAC ones, so I've got the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light. I do think this comes out a bit dark on me, from my memory. I just dropped it. I've also got the Studio Fix Powder Plus foundation, which I also quite like. It's a really nice powder, but again, I feel like the colour possibly came out dark on me. See, it doesn't look like it would, but I don't know. But I think I'm just going to keep both of those anyway. I'll probably just keep and use up this Fenty Beauty one. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. Not got a lot of it left, but I'm just going to keep it and use it up. I probably wouldn't buy it again though. I've got a Fiera Sheer Matte Fixing Compact Powder, which I actually quite liked, and there's not a lot left, but I am just going to finish it up and use it up, because why not? This one I really like and would buy again. This is the Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundation from Revolution. I've got barely any of this left, but I might as well just finish off that tiny amount, because I would definitely buy this again, because I really like it. Misguided Matric Radiant Mattifying Powder. I actually don't mind this one. It's actually, I quite like this one actually. The shade works quite good. Not got a lot of it left, but I'm going to use that one up and keep it. I might get rid of the W7 Set Up Special Effects Finishing Powders. This is like a pressed one version of the loose one. I feel like, because it is quite white, like it's okay for like under the eyes, but I did just use the loose powder for under the eyes, so I feel like I might get rid of the pressed version. This number 7 one, this is the Perfect Light Pressed Powder and Translucent, which I seem to remember liking. Not a lot left. Might as well use it up, which is the theme here. And I've got 3 powders from Belle Hypoallergenic. I've got the Fixing Matte Powder, which I've used quite a lot of. I'm going to keep and finish it. Also going to keep and finish the Perfectionist Powder. This is like, it's a setting powder, but it's got like a tiny bit of glow in it. And I'll probably keep this one too. This is the Matte Powder. This one's more of a skin tone shade. I feel like it might have been a tiny bit dark for me, but I'm just going to use it and finish it. I didn't really get rid of a lot of the pressed ones. So I have downsized that a little bit, not loads. I didn't think I was going to get rid of loads anyway. And a lot of these pressed powders are things that I probably will sort of be used up pretty soon anyway. So it will just naturally get smaller. The loose powders might I might get more in there once I test out those few I wasn't sure about, but that is a little bit smaller. It may get a little bit bigger depending on whether I want to keep those powders I've set aside. Okay, so in conclusion, this basket is full of powders and foundations that I need to try again before I decide what I'm doing with. So these are just going to be set aside in my room, and I will get around to doing that very soon. So in total we're getting rid of these 2 boxes. So I mean, we got rid of a little bit. I mean, this is completely full, and I've got a bit in here, so we have gotten rid of a bit. Okay, so this is what the drawers look like now. I mean, to be fair, they don't really look that much different because the organisation is still essentially the same. There's just slightly less foundation in here. But yeah, I'm happy with how that's organised. And then again, this is pretty much the same. It's just a little bit smaller. Downsized, slightly downsized. Obviously, we might get a few more powders in there, and same with this drawer, we might get a few more foundations in there, depending on how it goes. So that is it for the first part of this Declutter series. So the next one I will be doing all of my cheap products, so my blush, bronzer, highlight, contour, that sort of thing. The drawer that's got all of my cheap products in is kind of overflowing, so I definitely do need to downsize that one quite considerably compared to this video where I feel like I had a decent amount of space anyway, so I probably will get rid of more in the second video. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in part 2. Goodbye.